Here is your first question, Anirudh. Are you a morning person or a night person?
I am not a morning person at all. The reason why we are having this in the evening is that.
As a night person myself, I'm very happy to hear that.
So basically, we work in the evenings because back in school when I started making music, like you went to school and then came back and then you had time to make music only in the nights. Right? So that's how I got used to that. So now we come into the studio by say 4 p.m., 3:30, 4 p.m. and we're here till the sun rises. When the light enters the building, we go back home. That's
awesome. That's so nice to hear. As a night person, it's inspirational.
It's bad for health.
Yeah, that I agree. Your second question. Favorite artist to collaborate with these days?
These days, I think it keeps changing, obviously, as a musician. That too, when you make music for movies in India, the thing is, you can't stick to one genre because every album, as you know, like has to have all kinds of music. It has to have a sad song, it has to have a happy song, it has to have a dance song. So you can't actually stick to one genre. But one of the recent favorite artists who I would love to collaborate with is Skrillex, because I thought that he brought a new sound to the whole world. So I would love to collaborate with him.
Hope it happens soon. We are waiting for it. What do you prefer, tea or coffee?
Coffee. Yeah, I'm a coffee person. I need my coffee to boot my system every evening at 4 o'clock when I wake up. Then.
Excellent. Okay, so I'm again quoting the Jailer audio launch. Rajni sir told about your German concert, which was like a record-breaking concert, and your friend Nelson also made fun of your concerts during that Kavala promo song. So this is your next question. Do you enjoy your recording sessions or live concerts more?
I think any musician would enjoy the live concerts more. Obviously, the recording session is a different vibe because it's one-to-one. It's just you and the system. Yeah. So obviously, you're enjoying the process of making the music, but only when. Okay, but that's just in one single room. But when what you made there is like being sung by thousands of people just opposite you, I think that vibe is unmatched, and I don't think anything else can give you the satisfaction that does. So actually, I had a break this year for about 6 months without any movie releases. So we did a quick world tour and came back. So I think that's what Rajni sir was talking about, and also. Nelson was making fun because he likes to do that. We kind of exaggerated for the videos because people enjoyed when he makes fun of me. So, so that was the whole object of that video.
People love your combination, your Nelson combination. And I have a question for you also later in the session. Yes. The next is an audience question. People want to know how many languages do you speak?
I speak English and Tamil. That's about it. I can understand Hindi. Now I can understand Hindi. I can write and read Hindi because in school that's what I learned. I can't talk too well, but I'm good enough to talk to the auto walas in Bombay. That's about it.
Great. So this is a final question of the rapid fire round. So this is a question which is coming personally from me as a diehard Rajinikanth fan. So yes, Rajni sir, your uncle, or Rajni sir, the superstar?
Obviously the superstar. And obviously we've grown up watching his movies, right? Like I was born in the 90s, so obviously I've grown up in his, and especially in the 90s, every movie of his was like top. So we've grown up with that. So obviously that. But I think it's like a 50-50 emotion and 50% a fan.
And you gave a very emotional speech that you're ready to give life for Rajni sir during the launch. It was very touching, by the way.
Thank you. It's very true. In fact, in this movie Jailer, when we finished the movie a couple of days ago, all the boys in the studio, like our whole team is very young. Like all of them are sub 30. So all of them got very emotional because we've grown up watching his films. So when you're actually scoring for him and it's done, you feel a certain void that, oh my God, this movie is done. Now what next?
I totally agree. As an audience, we feel it because like I haven't missed a single Rajinikanth movie from theaters since Padayappa. So
right,
as a fan, I can relate.
Yeah, so exactly, that's the exact vibe we have.
Yes. Now let's come to the main topic, Jailer, which is supposed to be the biggest release of the year, starring one of the biggest superstar our country has ever produced, Rajinikanth sir. So that's where I want to begin as well. So you have worked with some of the biggest actors in the country. But is it a different experience for you when you're working for a Rajinikanth movie, especially for Jailer, considering the hero of the movie is your uncle and the director is one of your closest friends?
Yeah, it is very special because, to be very honest, because we grew up watching his movies, and obviously, I think every person in cinema now who is entered over the past decade or so would have been inspired by him in some way to get into the industry. So I think that way it's very special. And yeah, as I said, we all get very emotional when we score for his movies because more than anybody else. And when we score for others also, suppose there's a mass scene, you always imagine him in it, I've said this before. Like, imagine what you would do here if he was the hero. So that kind of a vibe automatically sets into our system.
Yeah.
So, and also for Nelson, yeah, because he's a friend of mine. And also there's a very crucial film for him because the last film he didn't get very good reviews or whatever. So this is like a make or break film for him as well. So I think yeah. So emotionally we are very attached to this film, and hopefully day after tomorrow, whoever is watching it here enjoys it.
I've already booked the 6:30 a.m. show here in Bangalore, so I'll be going.
You're lucky, buddy, because in Chennai we have only 9 o'clock. You're going to watch it.
Yeah. And I got more excited after seeing your tweet. You tweeted on 4th morning, Jailer, and you usually don't do that often. So that got me more excited for that movie.
Probably the first time I did, because as I said, for the past week we've been very emotionally attached to this film. And when we finished the score, watched the film fully, I thought the movie was good. So I've never tweeted before. I thought, actually, Atul, you asked a very good question, because before I tweeted that, I was thinking for about 10 minutes, should I not, because I've never done that before.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, why not? If that's what I feel, why not express it? That's about it. Yeah. I think because of that, a lot of people are saying the movie is mad and all that stuff. I'm not building up anything, or I'm not hyping anything. You please go with an open mind and watch. But it was just a spur of the moment thing.
The moment I saw that tweet, I went to YouTube and listened to Hukum song back to back.
Yes, before I tweeted, I was listening to Hukum also.
Now, to next question about Nelson. Actually, this is so. Whenever you both have collaborated, you guys come up with this amazing, hilarious promo. Now, now that's like a tradition. So I want to know, what is your collaboration process with Nelson, because I know you admire his humor sense a lot.
Yeah. So generally, that's how we converse on a daily basis. So actually, 2 films ago is when we started this whole this promo thing. So that was an idea where that's how we talk. So imagine if there was a CCTV in our studio. That's the exact situation what you're seeing right now. So if there was a CCTV, what conversation would go on between us is what we actually released. And then once that worked, then we started, where we did it for the second film also, which was Beast. And then we realized that everybody started to do it. So this time we were like, no, let's not do it. Then we suddenly thought of one thing: why don't we make fun of the fact that we make promos for songs? So that was the idea. People kind of enjoy the fact that we're quite very vocal about he makes fun of me and I'm cool with it. I make fun of him, he's cool with it. So I think that openness is what works more than the comedy or anything. The fact that we're being ourselves is what I think worked for the audience.
And good friendships leads to good creation also. So I hope your friendship stays as strong and we get more amazing collaboration as well.
Thank you, Atul. That's very nice of you. Thanks.
Thank you. So now next question. Every song has 2 main components, right? One is the music part and the other one is the lyrics part. So we hear that you improvise a lot of your lyrics as well. So I would like to know, have you done it for Jailer too? If so, can you share an instance where you have done it?
So generally when I make songs, whatever comes to my mind, it's mostly gibberish. There are instances where the whole song has been gibberish also, and we've released it like that. So it's gibberish, or when I'm making a song, whatever emotion that I have or whatever mood that I'm in, I try to fit in a few words just for the director to get an idea of what I'm thinking about. So So sometimes maybe 50-60% of the time we kind of retain that one word or one line what I've had, and then we call the lyricist and say, okay, this is the idea, this is the word came to me when I was making this tune. So if you think this works, then let's go with this and we'll work around it, or we'll work on something totally fresh if you think this is not working. So it's a very collaborative process, especially in this film. I think, yeah, especially the Hukum song. That was a dialogue. There's actually in this movie when Nelson narrated the script to me, there was only one song, which was Kaval. There's no other song in the film. It's a linear film with just one song, which was Situation. But then when we watched the movie, I really liked that one dialogue which was there. So I thought we should, and that word Hukum was kind of new for me, so I could make a song around that. So that's how that whole idea started. I placed the dialogue first, and then that's after I heard the dialogue, whatever came in my mind, that's what I sang after. I have to thank the lyricist here, Super Suku, because I think he's played a major role in this song becoming whatever it has. Because he's a hardcore fan. He's my senior in school. I remember back in school he used to be a crazy fan, and I kind of knew that he writes words, so I thought why not try him for this, and he came up with it in like an hour or two. So I think the lyrics of that song have really worked the expectations. So he deserves credit for that.
Pure goosebumps, that lyrics. And now I know from your answers why Rajni sir called you a combination between Ilayaraja and A.R. Rahman. How involved you are in the process.
No, he is just too kind as always, like he is to everyone. So that's about it. But really, in the Hukum song, I think not only the Hukum song, the fact that that song has created a fans, frenzy for this film, I think deserves a lot of credit.
Especially those lyrics in that were like amazing. Now I have a final question for you before we take the audience question. So this is a very interesting question which we noted, like that we heard that the original Kavala song had lyrics in both Telugu and Tamil. Is it challenging approaching? Many of your songs have been bilingual in the past also. So I would like to know what is the process like? Is it challenging approaching your same song in different languages, considering just to emphasize a certain words or emotion across phrases, change with words, lyrics in different languages? How do you tackle this?
It's, as you said, it is pretty difficult because it's very easy for the song to sound like a dubbing song in other languages. So we have to be a little extra careful. But I think in today's day and age, I think our generation, that is my generation, are very, very lucky as musicians because there's no language barrier in music at all. You see, for the past decade itself, since I've entered the movies, I don't think there's been a language barrier, especially with, the short format videos and everything. People listen to the original language, that's about it. We're listening to Spanish songs. We're listening to, because of short video form. And language is not a barrier for creators at all now. So I think we are in the best times for that. So I think we're lucky that way. And I'm happy that we're in this golden era right now. This is exactly what we tell our creators also. And telling about creators, we will go to some amazing questions these creators have asked. First question is from Sujita. What inspired you to start composing or creating music? Hi, Sujita S. Frozen Reel Shots. Hi. So, what inspired me? I think when I was 3, when you're a baby, your parents buy you these small things where you can just honk on the keyboard type thing. So, I think I used to do that. And then there was an artist called Yani, who's an international artist, who performed at the Taj Mahal, I think in 93, 94 types. So, my dad was watching that on TV, and I kind of tried to recreate what he was playing on that. And I think I got a few notes right. So I think they thought, okay, maybe this guy can try his hand at music. So that's when I started learning music. I started learning when I was 3 or 4. And I think I lucked out because by the time I was in college, when I was 18, my first film was 3. We started composing for that film. So I started making music back in school itself. I was part of a lot of bands and stuff. I was part of, there were a lot of variety of bands. I was part of a metal band. I was part of a Carnatic fusion band. Then we used to play in weddings here in another Carnatic band. We used to play proper classical music there and stuff like that. So I think because all these bands and all the guys who were part of it kind of added to the music that I kind of grew up with and I knew. So they also played a huge part in helping me shape my musical sense or whatever. So that's what inspired me to start creating music.
I think, Sujata, you got your answer. Now, moving on to the next question. This is from Prem Kumar from Maya Ulagam. What is your process for composing music and how long does the process usually take?
Hi, Prem Kumar. Nice display picture. I'm not scared at all. Process of composing music, to be very honest, it's a very wrong thing that I'm going to say, but I rarely make songs for movies. I don't know if any directors are watching this, they're not going to be happy with my answer, but because I was an independent musician before and I was part of a lot of bands, I just used to make songs whenever I felt like on a daily basis. Some of them will be good, some of them the next day I won't even be able to hear, so that kind of thing. So even now, that's what I do. I don't restrict myself to, okay, this is the situation in this movie, so I have to make a song. I just make a bank of songs, what I think I like. And then when I'm doing a film, I try to see if anything from that kind of works for this. If not, I try to take elements from that. Suppose I've made a song and it's, say, a fast dance number, and I'm now supposed to deliver a love song. Obviously, I can't use that. So what I do is there an element in that? Is there a line, a melody line in that which kind of may help me in this? So that's how I work. So to be very honest, 90% of the times I've never made songs for any particular situation or the director has said. But when they come back here, I'll tell them, yeah, this is the song that I made.
I hope none of your directors hear this.
No, they all know, so it's okay.
Okay, the final question. It is from Subos S. He's an amazing dancer also, by the way. What role do you think music plays in enhancing the overall cinematic experience, especially in a film like Jailer?
Yeah, I think we are kind of blessed to be in Indian cinema where, music plays a huge role in the movies and songs play a huge role in the movies. Songs bring people to theaters, so that's another thing which we kind of take upon ourselves as the music director. We are being employed in a film, not just to score for the movie. We're supposed to bring a person who doesn't generally go to the theaters, to the cinema halls, into the screen by probably making a song which they like. They want to come and see what the song looks like in the big screen and what the song sounds like in a theater. So that's our job. And yeah, I think the overall cinematic experience is obviously enhanced by music, and we are blessed to be playing that role. As long as we're doing it successfully, we're good. But I think, yeah, the role is huge. It's just like when you watch a movie, it's 50-50 video and audio. So yeah, it's half and half is what I would say.
And you have created some iconic BGMs in the last. Like, I have a request from all these creators. Before you leave, if you could sing a few lines from any of your songs, that will make their day.
Okay, you want me to sing Kavala is a female song? If you don't mind me singing it, then okay.
Perfect. Anything.
Okay. So. Ra ye ravella langavude rabriki rave rave ra ni patale tiyavude dipidika ravayave machata moracha achata koracha michata yaracha michon illama machame nuvaya achame lidaya michame nenaya ichon emaya Wa nukavalaya nukavali ra 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 ra.
Awesome, Anirudh. Thank you so much. I hope you make a shot and upload it in your channels.
Of this voice, nobody's gonna watch it.
So, Anirudh, once again, thank you so much for coming and spending time with us. It was a real pleasure meeting you and having a great time with you. Thank you so much. Any last parting words?
Yeah. So thank you for having me on this wonderful session with you all, and thank you to whoever is here for attending, for taking out your valuable time.